Okay. Mm. Can you hear me now? 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 Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yes, but I hear an echo. 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 It's very strange. I hear an echo an infinite echo. It keeps repeating over and over everything I'm saying. I never had this before. 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 I never had this Very strange, Alexandra. Very strange meditation. Very strange meditation. Very strange meditation. Okay, I think now it's working. Yes. It's working now, yes? Yes, it's working. Okay. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. C'est la vie. Let's just wait. There were a couple of more people. Let's just wait 1 more minute to start. You know, meditation has many reasons. There are many definitions of meditation. And I was thinking this morning that one of those many definitions is simply to stop the stream of thinking. Because we often don't realize, but we create the life that we create is through our thoughts. For example, when you look at a tree, you don't really see a tree. you see a color and a shape. And that color and that shape over time has become a tree, but we don't really see a tree. A tree is a mental construction that we do out of conditioning, out of our what we learn since we are very little kids. There is nothing wrong with that. That's part of how we can live in this world. That's how things are supposed to be. But the problem with that is that there is much more to life than this surface appearance that there is because of the way we create the world. There is much more to life, much more to experience, much more to the world, much more to everything than just this narrow band of creation that we do through our thoughts. There is much more to life than just what our thoughts believe there is. And meditation is at least a small way in which we can touch that deeper reality, which is much bigger than the reality that we know through our thoughts. I mean, it's not so difficult. You just go into YouTube and you watch any of the new videos on science, or not even new. You start to listen to any video about quarks or how do you call this new science? Anyway, I forgot the name now. But look at any science, any science video, and right away our whole picture of what the world is, what life is completely crushed, because there is so much more to it. And what is interesting is that the scientists at this time, with all the knowledge that we have, they become more and more perplexed by what the reality of the world is. We don't know it. We don't know what matter is. There is not matter, because the more deeper they go, like, what is the substance? What is the substance of the world? That would be a very interesting question to ask. Any kid can ask this question, really. Any kid could ask this question. What is the substance of the world? Like, I get this pillow. What is the substance of this pillow? What is the substance of this body? And the answer usually is matter. But what is matter? For a long time, matter was an atom. Atom was the substance of matter. But then they went deeper inside matter. I'm not very good at science, not at all. But then they found that you go deeper into the atom, the atom is composed of smaller particles. And then they found that the smaller particles are composed of even smaller particles. And they still go deeper, and they keep finding new particles. So what is the substance of the world? And the way the particles inside the atoms behave is completely different from the way the big planets or the bigger things behave. They behave in completely different ways. Anyway, it's not a science talk, far from it, but I feel that meditation is one way to bring us into contact with a deeper world, with a different world from the way that we continually create in our mind through our thoughts. There is more to life than thinking. That will be to to make a short, in 2 words, everything I said until now, we can say there is more to life than thinking. But for most people, most of the time, we are not aware of it. All we are aware of is the way our mind creates the world. And all our problems, all our sufferings are within that created world through our mind. The created world of our mind is a very, very small compared to the reality of the universe. The way we construct the world is a very, very small part of it. And all our problems, all our sufferings, all our difficulties, all our doubts are within that very little sphere of connection with the world. And so, in a very, very small way, I would like today to do a meditation. We will do a meditation what I call the inner body, which is very simple. But the depth of it is exactly in the possibility to see that there is more to life, more to this body, for example, than the way we create this body through our thoughts. But again, what we will do today in this meditation is also just go a little deeper, and that's all. There is much more. So one very important thing about meditation is there is no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. There is only what is. So don't try to have a right meditation, because you will not. And don't expect that you will have a wrong meditation, because you will not. It will be exactly what it is. And that's the perfect meditation. We will keep our eyes closed because it is our sight, the main instrument that we have to create the world the way we do. So it is important to keep our eyes closed. Just close your eyes. I may open my eyes once in a while to check that everything is okay, because sometimes it happens that things go wrong, so I have to see if the stream keeps going or not. But I will recommend you to try to keep your eyes closed at all time. Close your eyes. And start just to feel this moment as it is. Start to use the other senses that we often don't use so clearly, because right now our eyes are closed. There is nowhere to go. One thing you will see that, one thing you will notice is that thoughts will start to come very quickly and very intensely, because our thought is what keeps the world that we know alive. And our mind doesn't want to get rid of that construction, because even if it creates a lot of suffering, even if it's so so small compared to actually the big reality, we don't want to let go of what we know. We feel comfortable even in the middle of suffering. We feel comfortable in what we know. And so the many thoughts are also a way to keep us in the known, to keep us in what we know. Silence, which is in a way the first step, is also the last step, but for a long time, silence is only the first step into the discovery of something beyond the mind, something beyond the construction of our thought, the world constructed by our thought. So start to cherish silence. If at any moment you need to move, please, it's not a problem to move. But if you can avoid moving, then avoid moving. Throughout this meditation, we are going to pay attention only to our sensations. We are actually going to discover our sensations. And we will separate the sensations from thoughts or images or ideas. And just to understand, a thought is anything you can think of. Start to notice your body and see that the way you notice your body is through thinking. And that's what we will try to not do. See that any image that you have of your body is that. It is an image. It is a memory. It is a recollection from your past. And that's not a sensation. Any idea that you have, good, bad, right, wrong, big, small, that's an idea. That's not a sensation. And we will try to let go of that. So if you don't have a thought or an image or a memory or an idea, what do you have left of your body? What is left is a sensation. And what you will discover is that a sensation doesn't have a shape, doesn't have a form. Shape and form are not in the sensation. Shape and form are as a thought, as an idea, as an image, but not as a sensation. to help us with this understanding, imagine yourself to be a newborn baby. A newborn baby experience the same sounds, experience the same feelings that we do, but it doesn't have a mental construction of where to put those sounds or of those sensations. Just imagine for a moment that you are a newborn baby. We feel everything, but as a newborn baby, we know nothing. We don't even know that we have a body. We don't know that we are living in a world. We don't even know that we are breathing. Try to see the difference between a thought, an image, an idea on the one side, and sensation on the other. The thoughts, the ideas, the images will keep coming back. You will not be able to get rid of them, but start to see what a thought do, how a thought creates an appearance. It creates a person, it creates a body, it creates a world. But how you as a newborn baby know nothing about the world, about the body. All a newborn baby knows is about experience. The experience appearing in this moment, right now. But that experience doesn't have a shape, doesn't have a form, doesn't have a name. Now, I will start naming some parts of our body. And we will first, with the name, we know which part we refer to. But as soon as you contact that part, please try to get rid of the name. Try to get rid of the image. Try to get rid of the idea that you have of that particular part. And instead, focus only on the sensation of that part. For example, let's start with the feet. So feet is a name. And because of the name, we know where to go. So we go with our attention to what we call the feet. But then try to let go of the name feet, of the idea you have of your feet. And instead, try to have a sensation of the area we call feet. What is there actually in our experience, in our direct experience? What is there? We can take it as a practice of seeing the difference between thinking and sensing. Sensing is our direct experience of the world. Thinking is the construction coming from the past. There is nothing wrong with thinking, except that it limits the possibility of experiencing what actually is there. Notice the part above your feet all the way to your knees, and then drop the label knees, drop the label feet, and just see what is there in your actual experience. What do you feel? What do you sense? What do you notice? But don't name it. Don't imagine it. Don't remember it. We could say it's like a vibration, but even the word vibration is based on a thought, is based on an idea, on something that we can think of. A vibration is much less material than what a thought creates. So, in a sense, it's closer to the actual experience. But still, if we stay with the name vibration, then the actual sensation disappears and we again go to a construction, again go to something that is not our actual experience. The name vibration is not the actual experience, although it is closer than the name feet, for example. Notice your knees, notice your thighs, but then drop the names. Just notice the sensation on the whole of your legs, but then drop the label legs. And just stay with the sensation. We can say it's like we are developing a new sense, the sense of sensing. So it takes practice, it takes patience. There is nowhere to go, there is nothing to do, there is nothing to accomplish, because this new sense is always there. We are just returning to that sense that is always there. Just stay with the sensation of what we call the legs. Don't think of your legs. It's like a mass of sensation with no form and no shape. It's closer to vapor, to smoke. Notice the area of your hips, of your genitals, but drop the label. There are 1,000 and million things we can think about this area, but drop the thinking for a moment and just experience what you actually feel, sense in this moment there. There is no right or wrong. There is only the experience of what is there. Right or wrong is nothing but another thought, another construction that brings us back into the known world. Notice the area we call the abdomen, the tummy, but then drop the label. There are many colors there. By color, I just mean many different types of sensations. Don't name those sensations. Don't look for a shape. Don't look for a form. Just stay in the raw sensation. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to accomplish. It's just being here now with the sensation that appears right now. And feel your chest, where probably there are even more colors. Stay with those sensations, stay with those feelings. like if those feelings were something that you have never experienced before and you have no idea what they are. Be very interested in the sensations that appear in your chest, but don't name them. Don't name them. Don't remember. We will stay a little bit longer in the chest. Go back to your legs, but make your legs disappear. Just have a sensation without a name. Go back to your hips. Go back to your tummy. But make the hips and the tummy disappear and just notice the sensation, the legs, the hips, the tummy, the chest. Drop the label and just experience what is there. It's closer to an aliveness, closer to a vibration, without a shape, without a form, without a name, without a cause, without any sense, without any meaning at all. It has no meaning at all. Meaning is nothing but a need of our mind to make sense of a world that makes no sense at all. Notice your shoulders, your arms, and your hands, but then drop the label arms. Try to feel a sensation like if you are a newborn baby. You experience something in the place where what we call arms are. There is an experience there. But that experience, leave it free from a construction, leave it free from a name, leave it free from a memory. For example, in your arms, see that that sensation doesn't have the shape that you imagine that it has. You cannot really distinguish between what is the arm and what is the space outside of the arm. If you think about it, the limit is very clear. What is inside of the skin is your arm. What is outside of your skin is the space. But what about in your sensation? Do you feel a limit? Do you feel a place where the arm stops and the space begins? In your sensation, in your direct experience of this moment right now, do you see a limit? Do you feel a limit? Notice your back. But don't think of a back as the image that we have, as the memory that we have. But just stay in the raw sensation of your back. It has no shape. It has no form. Notice your neck. Notice your head, especially your face. But drop the label face. See that in a sensation you are a faceless person. There is only sensation. There is no shape, there is no form, there is no thought, there is no right, there is no wrong. There is no good, there is no bad. There is an alive sensation. And the sensation feels perfect, feels exactly what it's supposed to feel. It's neither right nor wrong. It's just perfect as it is. I want you to go back to your arms and see that because the arms have no shape, You cannot distinguish between the space inside or outside. And so, like if the arms expand, imagine that your arms are expanding like 10 or 20 centimeters away into the space around. Feel that the front of your body, your tummy, your chest, start to expand in front into the space in front. And I want you to breathe into the space in front of your tummy, in front of your chest. Just breathe into it. Breathe into the space in front of your chest. And breathe also into your arms, into the expanded arms and the expanded chest. Don't go with your thoughts. With your thoughts, this is crazy. Don't go with your thoughts. Go with your actual experience. And just stay with the breathing. Breathing in front of your chest and breathing around your arm. And now start to breathe into the whole of your body. But see that the body has no shape. And so the air goes all around in front of you, of what we call the body. And it expands the body into the space in front and behind. Like if the body starts to be closer to a smoke. And the air enters into every part of our body. And we feel this aliveness, this vibrating body all over, all around. There is not a clear shape between what we call our body and the space around. The shape is only in our memory. The shape is only in our thought, not in the actual experience that we are having right now. Just stay with it. Matter, what we call matter, is only a name that we give to the way we think about the world. The world is not made of matter. The world, our body, is not made of matter. And just very slowly start to return to our idea of our body. Start to remember your legs. Start to remember your arms. Start to remember your chest. Start to remember your face. Start to remember your body. But at the same time, know that there is more to the body than just our thoughts. Take a couple of deep breaths before you open your eyes. Take a big, deep breathing. And then just slowly open your eyes. Start to stretch your body. Extend the arms. Move a little bit your head. It is a very good practice to stop our mind just sometimes throughout our day for a few seconds. Just to look at things and not to name things. This was just a very, very small taste, but it's so close to us. Um, the, the construction of our mind is really at the very surface of the deeper world. It's very close to find that there is more to life than just the constructions of our mind. And I think this is one of the good uses of meditation. Meditation has many other uses, but this is a very useful one to remind us that we are constructing the world with our mind, but the world is not made of matter. Matter is only a definition when we look to the world, to our thoughts, to our mind. Tonight we have a discussion about my book. You're very welcome to come. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can email me and let me know, but you can find the place to sign up in the mail that I send you or in my Facebook. Yes, Raluca, it is very hard not to imagine the body. Exactly. That's a very beautiful discovery. It's very difficult. We are made to think about things. It's very difficult to leave that realm of construction, that realm of thought. It's very difficult. And at the same time, it's worth the effort. And Diana, it is a great experience, but it's more than an experience. It is because in reality, we are experiencing reality all the time, but we build something very quickly, and we build the world very quickly, but our experience is not just a great experience. We are constantly experiencing the world as it is. And at the same time, we are building right away. So yes, it is a great experience, but it's also a recognition of what is always there. Not just as an experience, but as a reality. But yes, Raluca, it is very difficult. But as I said, it's really worth the effort. Okay. Please leave your comments, your suggestions, and see you this evening, or on Friday morning we also do a yoga class. And thank you. See you next time. Ciao. Nice discovery, Roxana.